Welcome to Sacred Echoes of India. In this segment, we are going to talk about India's population growth and what it means for the country's future. Is this a challenge or an opportunity? We'll explore how India's growing population could shape its economy, workforce, and social landscape in the coming decades, and why, in many ways, this population boom could turn out to be a significant advantage for the nation. India has surpassed China to become the world's most populous country, ending China's population lead that began in the 1950s. While China's population has begun to shrink, India's continues to grow, raising many questions about the implications of such a demographic shift. Projections suggest that India's population will continue to grow, reaching over 1.5 billion by the end of this decade. However, the question arises, is India's population growth something to worry about? Or could it actually serve as an advantage for the country in the coming decades? While many countries with rapidly growing populations face challenges, like resource shortages and infrastructure strain, India's situation is somewhat unique. There are several reasons why this population growth could be beneficial for the country, and here's why. Over 40% of India's population is under the age of 25, meaning a large portion of its population is entering or about to enter the workforce. This gives India a potential demographic dividend, a period during which the number of working-age people outnumbers those who are dependent. In comparison, countries like China, the US, and Japan face the challenge of aging populations, leading to shrinking workforces and rising dependency ratios. India's median age is 28 years, significantly younger than China's and the United States. This youthful population provides a vast talent pool for industries, innovation, and entrepreneurship. A younger population tends to drive economic growth, especially in emerging economies where labor-intensive sectors are still prominent. India's fertility rates differ across rural and urban areas. On average, women in urban areas have 1.6 children, while those in rural areas have 2.1 children. The observed disparity indicates a probable trend of declining overall fertility in India as urbanization progresses. With its substantial young population, India has the potential to become a hub of innovation and entrepreneurship, powering a dynamic economy for decades. India's youthful population is more likely to embrace technological advancements. The younger generation, highly connected through mobile phones and the internet, is quick to adopt new technologies. This demographic could drive India's growth in sectors like technology, e-commerce, and services. Furthermore, as access to education improves, so too will the skills of India's workforce, creating a more competitive and capable labor force. Despite the potential benefits, India's growing population comes with challenges that need to be addressed for the demographic dividend to be realized. With more people comes increased demand for resources such as food, water, energy, and housing. India's urban centers, in particular, face issues related to overcrowding, pollution, and infrastructure strain. The government will need to invest heavily in improving infrastructure, urban planning, and resource distribution to accommodate this growing population. While India has made strides in reducing infant mortality and expanding access to education, significant gaps remain. With an aging population expected in the coming decades, the country must ensure it has sufficient healthcare and pension systems in place. Moreover, providing quality education to its growing population is essential to maximize the potential of its youth. India's rapid population growth has significant implications for environmental sustainability. Urban sprawl, deforestation, and water shortages are major concerns that need to be addressed in the coming years. to ensure that India's growth does not come at the expense of its natural resources. India's population growth, while daunting to some, is not necessarily a negative. If managed properly, this demographic trend could provide India with a significant advantage on the global stage. By focusing on education, healthcare, infrastructure, and job creation, India has the potential to harness the energy of its young population to drive economic development, technological innovation, and a rising standard of living for its people. While there are certainly challenges to be addressed, India's youthful population, combined with the right policies, could turn what might seem like a population crisis into an opportunity for growth and prosperity. India's demographic advantage might just be one of its most significant assets in the decades to come. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.